Beautiful. Yeah. Nice. As we get into our press handstands, the biggest thing I see people come in and they're like, oh, I want to get my handstand press, and they start working their handstand press drills without even being able to hold a handstand, without being able to straddle handstand, and you're literally passing through a straddle handstand into a straight handstand. And so if you can't hold a straddle or a straight handstand, why do you think you're going to be able to press up and do anything with a press handstand? So the two shapes first, straight, small straddle, and then straddle on the wall. We're going to do straddle on the wall, pull your toes off first. I want to see everybody's those positions first, and then we'll move on. So first, find your handstand, don't rush this position, and then externally rotate right here. No further, and back. Control this, and back. So her hips, her shoulders don't have to change much, nothing has to change. So first, practice that, and then to the wall, straddle handstand, pull your toes off the wall. Very nice. Shoulders stay stacked, tuck your pelvis ever so slightly, and you just tighten your legs, open slightly, yes, and back. Control. Very good, and come back. Yes, and down. So drill those first, and then we'll move on. And so if you have less of a middle split, so come out just a little bit further, that'll give your legs a little bit more room. There you go. Now from there, press through, tight legs, pull. Good. Yeah. There it is. Bring them down. Good. And rest. That was a good position. Next time, think about lining up the same way you did, and just pointing your toes, and then that's enough to just pull your feet off, versus again, if you have to try to bounce their feet off, then it's like you're struggling to try to control that momentum. There it is. Hands a little bit closer. Good. Pull. Press through. Nice. Very nice. Now push to straight without touching the wall. Yeah. There it is. Yes, nice. Tight legs. Good. Yeah, good. Walk down shoulders. Very good. Easy. Wow, that was really good. That was really, really good. The next level is pull your feet off the wall, get that control, and start to come into the straight handstand away from the wall. Build that control and that spatial awareness. And then on the floor, we're going from straight now, let's go down to full straddle. Try to stop and control that straddle. So we can't just drop down into the straddle. You want to slowly separate your legs and control that descent and try to stop in the straddle. If that feels comfortable, you can slowly do a negative all the way down. Control, very beautiful. Stand. Good. Now all the way down. So find that straddle first. Try to hold right there. There it is. Now pull your toes to your hands. Down, round. Yeah, nice. Woo. Yep. It's tough. Find that position first. Very nice. Press through. Okay. You're good, you're good. Straddle, control. Very good. Awesome. Now down to the straddle, but hold and control the straddle. Hold here. Now pull your feet to your hands. Round your lower back. Yeah. Ooh, that was good. Yeah, that was super good. We're gonna do the same thing on the wall, just very slow negatives. But the main thing, especially for you guys who have really strong biceps and shoulders and arms that can compensate, your challenge is to not planche and collapse through the shoulders, because you can hold it there, but that's not where you're building the strength, and it's compromising for the shoulders, especially for people who are weaker. So your challenge is to set your shoulders and keep your chest as close to the wall as possible. So that means not planching, but fighting against that, as if you're pressing the ground away from you the whole time as you bring your feet down into a negative. So press through, set your shoulders, find your straddle, down, press, 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 and down. Exactly. So at first your feet might come just down to the ground, but you actually want to try to keep your hips as high as possible, and so you don't just collapse your shoulders and collapse. Yeah, yeah. And you're trying to just your feet touch the wall. Make sense? Más o menos. Okay, let's see it. You're rounding the lower back and keeping your hips as stacked as possible. Very good. Doing great. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Good. Good. Bring your feet together now. Yeah. Good. Good. Press through the shoulders. Keep them strong. Down. Feet together. Good. So right at that point, right here, where you felt that collapse, right here where you felt that collapse, your hips drop.
Yes,
Think about keeping your hips higher and just bringing your feet together.
Okay.
And so
like closing my feet.
Yeah. So your hips almost stay as stacked and as high as possible. Nice. Really good round. Slow it down. Good. Your lower back rounds really nicely for the handstand press. That's actually that's what you want, so it's ideal. Where your feet just fell to the ground is where your hips just came down. So you want to actually just think about keeping your hips high.
More tension in the hips, yeah.
It's more so like letting the lower back round and just pulling your toes to your hands and coming down. Good. So right here, don't move, just let your feet, So your whole spine rounded down, almost that was like as if you're going to do a stalder press. You don't need to go down that far. Keep your back straight and just bring your feet together. And go slower. And when your feet, even slower. But like when your feet get to here, stop and just think about bringing your feet together.
Okay. So I will have them together when I'm down.
Yeah. Good. And feet together right here. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, I got it.
It's actually really good mobility. Yeah.
I think what really helped was, I will show you what I meant, okay? I did like this, that's this.
Yeah,
This is what I did.
now do the same. Yeah, so and you're super strong. So for a lot of people, the reason I don't like this drill as much, because for a lot of people, they don't have the shoulder strength and it doesn't teach them to push away from the shoulders.
Yeah.
But if you do the same drill, but intentionally keep your shoulders off the wall, then that's the same push you need. And it does also set your hips over your shoulders and that counterbalance weight, which is what we do want to teach people. So it is a good drill. Try it one more time, even intentionally keeping your shoulders off the wall. See if that works for you. So it's almost going to feel like you're pushing the ground away from you. Good, let your lower back touch. Yeah, that's really great. Good, good. And I was just telling Moritz, the reason I don't like that drill is for a lot of people, when your shoulders rest onto the wall, it doesn't teach you to actually push away with your shoulders, which is what we have to do for the handstand press. But if you do this drill and your shoulders actually stay away from the wall, then that is the same press that you need through your shoulders. And it can teach your hips to be over your shoulders. And so that counterbalance is what we need for our handstand press. So you guys can try it once, but just don't let your shoulders touch the wall. Press through, round. So lower back, but not your shoulders. So you're having to press through.
Okay.
Yeah. So your shoulders don't touch the wall, but just your lower back. And that's a nice counterbalance weight that we need. Ideally, your hips shift into that retroversion over your shoulders, and that's what counters your feet coming in front of you and allows you to control the handstand press. So starting off the floor, that's where we need all the shoulder strength, but then as quickly as possible, we get our hips over our shoulders so that it counterbalances us. Bum to the wall, and then think about getting your lower back to the wall as soon as you can. Big tight straddle, lower back, head off the wall because you're pushing through your shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah, my head wants to go
into
the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, that's the strength we need to be able to keep our pressing through the shoulders. It's a good one, but for most people, the head touches, the shoulders touch, and then it doesn't force you to push through. Yeah. The two things you can do with the box that are a nice variation is you can press off the box Or you can start from the straight and try to make it a goal to get to the box and back up. Just like the wall, we're trying to get your hips over your shoulders. Set your pelvis in retroversion. The shoulders have to drift in front, but not too much. We don't want to planche. Pull the ribs in, control the straddle, press through, and then try to just control. You're good. Yep, you're good. All good. So that's the first part, is just press off. Always control the straddle. Try to solidify that as a safe space. We have the straight as a safe, straddle as a safe, and then everything in between is just transitioning through. Second part is kick up to the straight handstand, and you use it as a target. So you're doing a negative straddle press and then right back up. You solidify the straight handstand, you're trying to touch and come right back up. And then down. Yeah, those are the two parts. If you can get to where you can press off the box and then control the descent, find the straddle, try to touch the box as if a target, and then come back up. And then from there, you can gradually just lower and lower and lower the target as you get consistent with a certain height. Walk your feet to the end of the box. So Moritz has a lot of lower back mobility, which is going to help him out a lot. Shoulders, good. Control, press through. Now try to just touch the box and back down.
Why is that?
Down.
Excuse me, why is it easier when we go down to then go up again versus just lifting it up? You found the same?
Yeah, 100%.
Because when
I think because you have tension in the beginning. Yeah.
You're just the pre-loading.
You have tension, but you're also
In the rapid six.
yeah. When you're pressing your shoulders off the box, you're coming from all of your weight being in your feet, and you're having to shift your weight into your hands. So that's a balancing act in and of itself to transfer that weight and to fully press, to like lift the dead weight off the box versus kind of swing down and back up. Yeah, there you go. Press with your shoulders and swipe your feet off the box. Yeah, good. Yeah. So you have quite a bit bigger of a straddle than you are doing right here. The reason it feels impossible to get your feet off the box right now is because you're still almost in a pike. And so you're almost trying to do a pike up, which is a super advanced skill. So you want to get your split wider, as wide as you can. And think about a bigger, like,
when I go wider,
sweeping.
I will.
Yeah. Yep. And so for you, the straddle on the wall is also really helpful to practice that straddle position, solidify that, and then the slow negatives on the wall as well. And then you can combine them with this as well, but this is a little bit advanced at the time. But let's try, just since we're here, straight handstand, straddle, try to touch the boxes and come right back up. Very good. Solidify. Round. Yes, and right back up. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Start to feel that there. Yes. Good, lean into your shoulders, yes. And then slow negative. Yeah. Nice. That's really good.